They call me Squirrel.
What's going on, Squirrel Squad? It's your boy, the Squirrel, and today I'm doing top 10 WTF Boris Johnson moments. Don't know much about Boris Johnson. I know he's the Prime Minister, and I would love to see the top 10 WTF moments regarding this gentleman. This is from WatchmojoUK, and I like this channel. I think it's pretty cool. They put some cool stuff together. I know they don't always get everything perfect, but who does? Interested to see Boris Johnson moments. It looks like we already got him strapped into a zip line or something. So if it's your first time here, I do culture reactions, comedy reactions, sports reactions, all different kinds of reactions. So buckle up, settle in, join the Squirrel Squad. Hit the subscribe button. Here we go.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 WTF Boris Johnson moments.
Release the rings into position now.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Bojo's been in some eyebrow-raising headlines. So for this list, we'll be looking at the most bizarre things the British Prime Minister has done.
It was all going well, and then not so well.
Let us know
What's
in the
he
comments
doing?
whether you're a Bojo lover or loather. Number 10, a low blow. As you'll see a couple more times in this list, Boris is no stranger to the sports field. Perhaps the most jaw-dropping of all his appearances has to be the football charity game against Germany. Things were looking all fine and friendly until Boris, like a man possessed, aimed his sights on retired player Maurizio Gordino. Boris goes in!
Whoa, that's the Prime Minister.
For whatever reason, instead of a competitive
headbutt him?
tackle, Boris
nuts?
decided to gore the soul out of him right below the belt.
And Maurizio Gordino will never forget the night he met Boris Johnson.
He was trying to make him there at the right moment as well.
What
He was waiting
is
for him
this
to
guy
begin.
thinking?
Did he forget he was playing footy and not rugby?
Yeah.
Number 9, use the force, Boris.
I think it's great that this guy's involved in sports. I think that's absolutely great, honestly. I think it shows such, I don't know, just such a cool side to a leader to be out there and playing these kind of games. I just think it's cool. But you drive your head first into someone's nuts. That's crazy, man. I guess you always, I say crazy because, like, what if he hurt his neck or broke his neck? He's, you know, I'm not saying these guys are delicate, but you always have to consider that stuff, I guess.
Boris is used to having cameras in his face, but more often than not, he ends up doing something bizarre in front of them anyway. On this day, during the election campaign trail, Boris,
silver bars.
equipped with his high-visibility jacket, visited a factory. When he raised his hand to the cameraman, something supernatural occurred. The cameraman had supposedly fallen backwards because of the pallet behind him, but we're convinced this was Star
Use the
Wars-esque force at play.
That's hilarious.
Whether he's a Jedi or a Sith Lord is up to you, though. Number 8, impossibility of becoming Prime Minister.
I've got as much chances of being leader as that beagle has of finding Elvis Presley.
We were all surprised when Boris landed himself in number 10, but the man who seemed to doubt it would happen the most was him. A number of times when being interviewed, he expressed his disinterest in the role and how unlikely it would be, often making the same remark as to what would be more likely.
It is not going to happen. It is more likely that, as I say, I will be reincarnated as an olive or locked in a disused fridge or decapitated by a flying frisbee.
He even appeared on American talk shows saying how
Decapitated by a flying frisbee? I got a better chance of that happening to me than being Prime Minister. Man, you gotta, you know, at least present the allure of I'm winning.
unlikely it would be. Of course, he did become Prime Minister, and nobody got decapitated by a flying frisbee. At least we don't think so.
My normal answer is all about a champagne cork, being blinded by a champagne cork, or being reincarnated as an olive, or locked in a disused fridge, or decapitated by a frisbee.
Number 7, blowing kisses. After the 2017 leadership debates, Boris Johnson had a bizarre clash with Labour chairman Ian Lavery, when an argument turned nasty.
I would have... You mean?
No, just wanted to know what you were answering. No,
Stop being so rude.
Lavery claimed that Johnson had never used or visited a food bank, which the Conservative politician strongly objected to, telling him,
Hang on a second. What I want to do,
You should take that
Boris,
back, old boy. Take it back.
As the discussion
debacle,
heated up,
boy.
the pair began shouting, repeatedly pointing in each other's faces and accusing each other of being rude. When the BBC presenter tried to politely bring the interview to an end, Boris Johnson started blowing kisses to Ian Lavery. The whole conversation felt more like a secondary school scrap than a political debate, but at least Boris was willing to kiss and make up.
Out that nuclear deterrent.
Number 6, bizarre hobby.
I like to paint, or I make things.
Boris can sometimes make the most simple question very difficult. Appearing on Talk Radio, the interviewer tried to get more out of Boris's personal life, asking him what he does for fun. That's when Boris came out with this bizarre and convoluted explanation of his hobby, making bus models out of crates. Or something to that effect, at least.
I get old, wooden crates. Yeah. Right? And then I paint them.
The interviewer tried to hurry him along to the
Oh, he paints the crate to look like a bus. That's so weird.
next question, but Boris wouldn't stop until he fully articulated his favourite pastime. It honestly sounded like he was making it up as he went along.
You're making buses. You're making cardboard buses. That's what you do to enjoy yourself.
I paint the passengers enjoying themselves.
Okay.
Number 5, trick shot. Sports again, but this time you're going to be the one who's flawed, not one of Boris's opponents. While helping to promote the EuroLeague tournament, Boris took to the South Bank in London. Here he decided to display some of his basketball skills, and instead of falling flat on his face, this happened.
This is crazy. This was in the opening, yeah.
Onlookers couldn't believe their eyes as Boris landed an impressive trick shot. We think he even surprised himself.
Well, let's be very clear. I was saving that up. I mean, I could have done it any time.
Number 4, hiding in a fridge. Early
Hiding in
one
a
morning
fridge.
on the 2019 campaign trail, Boris Johnson made headlines by hiding inside a fridge to avoid talking to GMB correspondent Jonathan Swain. This was weeks after Boris promised to come and talk to Piers and Susanna.
Morning, Prime Minister. Will you come on Good Morning Britain, Prime Minister?
The messy incident also saw one of Boris's minders swear at Swain live on air as they tried to stop anyone talking to the PM.
I'll be with you in a second.
Yeah, I have an earpiece here in my hands, ready to go. Right, he's been taken inside, into the freezer.
He's gone into the
Freezer.
There's a bunker.
He says he'll be with Swain shortly before vanishing into a large walk-in fridge and closing the door behind him, and he didn't re-emerge for some time. It became one of the election's most notorious moments.
Prime Minister, will you deliver on your promise to come on Good Morning Britain?
Of course I will.
Number 3, elephant trap.
I guess he never did.
Why on earth
Alright.
Boris Johnson ever agreed to be on Have I Got News For You, we don't know.
No, he was a school friend, wasn't he?
Great chap. Yeah.
And a great chap,
Yeah.
despite being a convicted fraudster.
Convicted fraudster.
They were very obviously going to be on the attack that night, but he still came back multiple times. One of the most memorable has to be when some very dirty info was brought to light in front of him.
What are you not ashamed of, though, Boris?
Whatever.
Number 2, the zip wire debacle. Depending on where you stand, this is either Boris Johnson's most iconic moment or his most embarrassing. During the 2012 London Olympics, he decided to take a bizarre route when celebrating Britain's first gold medal win. With 2 Union Jacks in hand, Boris went down a zip line expressing his joy over the victory. But it didn't go quite as planned.
It's going well. It's very, very well organised. What they do... Get me a ladder.
Stuck
Apparently,
there.
earlier that day, the zipline had been reported as not working. But that didn't stop him as he used it anyway and got stuck. It's a scene we'll never forget.
It was wonderful, and I thoroughly recommend it. I wouldn't want to have been up there all afternoon.
Number 1, the rugby game. If you thought that Boris's illegal maneuver against Maurizio was bad, then brace yourself. When in Tokyo, Japan, Boris Johnson decided to show off his rugby talents against some children. You'd think he'd hold back a little bit against the little guys, especially in a foreign country, but no! Boris laid little Toki Sekaguchi out with a big tackle, sending the boy crashing to the floor. It didn't spark any international incidents, And Toki fortunately wasn't injured. At least he shook his
Got
hand
run
afterwards.
over.
Are you okay? Yeah,
Do you agree with
Wow.
our picks? Check out this other recent clip from...
Oh man, those were good though. They're lighthearted. I mean, there wasn't, I don't know, there wasn't like some hot mic, like racist moment or anything like that. It was all kind of lighthearted, fun stuff. He's a very active guy, it seems. Seems like he does a lot of different stuff, so that's kind of cool. I don't know. I really don't know much about him, so you guys have a good day. I'll see you soon. Squirrel out.
Fuck yeah, MCKY.